Poland is a country renowned for reinvention. A lovely country located in the middle of Europe offers a lot of amazing places to see. Cities in Poland are very diverse and each of them stands out for something special. Warsaw, the country's capital, probably the most famous city in Poland. Once called Paris of the East, Warsaw was one of Europe's most beautiful cities until it was flattened in World War II.
Warsaw is lost. A vicious Nazi attack has left the city in ruins. The Blitzkrieg has won the first round. In less than 30 days, Poland has fallen. Warsaw's final surrender comes on September 27th.
Over the past decades, Warsaw has rebuilt itself and emerged once again from the ashes of World War II destruction and transformed into one of Europe's greatest cities. Warsaw's iconic Palace of Culture and Science is one of the city's most famous buildings. With a total height of 237 meters, or 778 feet. It is the tallest building in Poland. Constructed in 1955, it houses various public and cultural institutions such as cinemas, theaters, libraries, and sports clubs. Castle Square is a historic square in front of the royal castle. This cobbled square is a popular meeting place for tourists and locals. Proudly standing in the center of the square, on top of the column, is Sigismund III. Sigismund III was the Polish king who moved the seat of government from Kraków to Warsaw in 1596. The large, reddish-pink building that dominates Castle Square is the Royal Castle. The Royal Castle was completely destroyed during the World War II. Beautifully reconstructed from scratch, the castle used to be the official residence of the Polish kings in the 14th century. Today, it houses a museum and has many interesting exhibitions inside. From the Castle Square, the Royal Route in Warsaw is one of the most beautiful streets in Europe and is an outstanding example of post-war restoration. Covering 11 kilometers in length, this main artery through the city takes in a great range of Warsaw's historic buildings, parks, churches, and monuments, making a trek down the Path of the Kings a must-do part of visit to the city. Amongst to see are the Polish Academy of Science and the Copernicus Monument standing in front of it, the University of Warsaw, statue of Adam Mickiewicz, Poland's national poet, the Presidential Palace, reproductions of many Canaletto, and many more. Sitting in the center of the Old Town is the Old Town Market Square. This large open square is surrounded by numerous restaurants. In the center of the square, you will see the mermaid statue. The city's symbol, depicted brandishing sword and shield, ready to defend her beloved city in times of trouble. Warsaw's largest park is an anchor on the royal route and is an excursion of choice for families and couples on the weekend. The park started out as the Royal Baths and was enriched in the 18th century by a grand plan during the reign of the king Stanislaw II Augustus. When you stroll around the park, you will come along different impressive buildings and palaces built during distinctive historical eras. One of them is the amphitheater. Built on the bank of the pond, this structure is based on buildings that once stood in this exact spot. The audience area is reminiscent of the theater in the Herculaneum. It has statues of famous dramatic writers around its top. And the stage resembles the Roman Forum. The most unique feature of the amphitheater is the fact that the stage is separated from the audience by water. On the artificial island in the lake at Lazienki Park is the sublime classical palace, the Lazienki Palace, or also known as the Palace on the Isle. Initially, the Baroque Garden Pavilion was intended as a place for resting, leisure, and contemplation at the behest of Prince Stanislaw Heraclius Lubomirski, one of the most important politicians, writers, and philosophers of the time. Today, the palace is a museum displaying a royal collection of paintings. I'd say 2 days is a decent stay to explore and enjoy Warsaw. Three days, you will have even more relaxed time. And if you still have some time to spare, you could make 1-day trip to Krakow or Gdańsk.